Okay. For practice this week, I wanted to focus on shoulder opening because last week hamstrings and IT band and kind of side body opening was really lower body focused, and so switching the emphasis to create space through the upper half. Um, so the flow will be like primarily um, adding in every opportunity that we can to do something shoulder specific. Shoulders can be kind of moody, so of course, as always, make sure you're listening to your body and easing your way into that opening and just making sure you're having that continuous dialogue with your body. Like, does this feel okay for me today, this morning? Um, and practicing discernment, right? Yes, this is for me. No, this is not. Whenever we're doing like a shoulder opening, say we're in eagle arms, but maybe goddess arms feels better, feel free to choose a different variation if your body's craving something specific. Yeah. Um, we're going to start just in a little bit of seated meditation though. So seated, if you feel like you'd rather be in your child's pose or a different shape, feel free to start somewhere else. Otherwise, finding a comfortable seat, just taking a moment to settle in. And then as you feel ready, allowing your eyes to drop shut. As you take a moment to adjust your seat, finding a slight tilt forwards and backwards in your pelvis until you find that sweet spot that grows you nice and tall along the length of your spine. As your heart and crown energize up towards the ceiling, take a shoulder shrug to open across your chest. Maybe take a moment to dip your chin towards your heart and gently tilt your chin towards the sky. Find that sweet spot in between where you're nice and neutral through your neck. As you settle into this space, into your practice, let your inhale start to get a little bit deeper. And feel your exhales begin to slow down, steady, and empty more completely. Every in-breath becoming a little bit more expansive, more intentional, more powerful. Every exhale, a sense of release as you arrive fully to this present moment, into the mindful awareness of your body and your breath. As you take a couple more intentional breaths, continuing to deepen each inhale and lengthen each exhale. Take a moment to turn your attention into a deeper layer of your heart space. To check in energetically and emotionally. To see what you've brought with you to your yoga mat. To consider what you'd like to maybe set aside for these 60 minutes, what you'd like to hold, what you'd like to make space for or call in. Maybe there's something you're hoping to cultivate or someone or something you want to hold in your heart as you move and breathe. Just taking this moment to set a really clear intention for your practice, so your practice takes on that deeper personal meaning, and every movement, every breath reflects it. Option to bring maybe one or both hands to your heart space. As you draw this intention forward, go ahead and take a really deep inhale through your nose. Whenever you're ready, an open mouth exhale, just let it go. Let's take 2 more like this. So deep, expansive breath in. And a clearing, open mouth exhale out. And last cycle, deep inhale, fill all the way to the top. And a clearing exhale, just let the breath go. As you seal your lips, deep ujjayi breath in through your nose. Through your nose, ujjayi breath out. We'll continue with our ujjayi breath as we start to shift into our tabletop pose. So go ahead and find your way to all fours. And bring your shoulders to stack directly over your wrists. And bring your hips to stack over your knees. Take a moment to maybe just wiggle your hips a little side to side. And with an inhale, start to find your cow pose. Allow your belly to sink as your heart and tailbone scoop up tall. And then with your exhale, slowly press and curl to find your cat pose. Big push as you round through your spine. We'll inhale to our cow pose again. Heart and tailbone sweep up. And as you exhale, press and round. Really spread your shoulder blades wide at the back of your heart. The last cycle here, inhale to find cow. And with your exhale, final round of cat, press and curl. Activate through your core, tuck through your chin and tailbone. As you come back to neutral in your spine, back to tabletop, we're going to do a couple, some people call them like scapular push-ups or scapular slides. Keep your arms entirely straight, so arms stay nice and long. As you keep your arms long, you're going to start to dive your sternum towards the earth and slide your shoulder blades up to the sky and together. So arms stay straight. You're just going to sink your sternum down, shoulder blades draw up and in, and then press back into your tabletop. Now we'll do that twice more. Arms stay long, slide your sternum towards your thumbs, keeping your arms long, shoulder blades squeeze up and towards each other. And push the earth away. And final cycle, as you sink your heart, slide your shoulder blades towards each other, keep your arms nice and long. Maybe find a little shift forwards and backwards this time. And then come back to neutral. And from here, we're going to take our right fingertips behind our head. I'm going to rotate to face you so it's a little bit clearer. So right fingertips are going behind your head. You're not pushy on your head or pressing your head into your fingers. Right elbow nice and wide. Now from the strength of your center, you're going to inhale, twist your heart towards the right side of the room. Doesn't have to be a big motion. As you exhale, you're going to rotate right elbow towards your left wrist or forearm. So rotate down. We'll take that twice more. We inhale, twist open. Collarbone nice and wide, right elbow wide. And exhale, rotate down. And last cycle like this. Inhale, we twist open. Exhale, rotate down. This time inhale, as you twist open, reach your right hand high, preparing for thread the needle. And then as you breathe out, dive your right arm underneath your body. Bring your right shoulder and the right side of your face to the earth. Draw your shoulders out of your ears. Gently press the back of your right arm down into the ground. Maybe wiggle your hips a little bit from side to side, searching for that sweet spot. An option for your left hand to either reach forward, or maybe you work towards your half bind, reaching your left hand behind your back. Left fingertips aiming for your right hip crease. Collarbones are wide. Send one big breath to the back of your heart. And slow exhale. And return your left hand to frame your face if you moved it. Press your left hand, big twist open to the right as you breathe in. And then exhale to your tabletop pose. We'll reset with a cow. Inhale, lift your heart and tailbone. And exhale to your cat pose, press and curl. As you come back to neutral, find the same thing second side. So left fingertips behind your head, left elbow wide. Use an inhale to open your heart any amount to the left. And then exhale, rotate down. Inhale to twist open. Push through your right hand. Exhale, rotate. One more time, big breath in, twist open. Exhale, left elbow rotates down. This time as you inhale, open, send your left hand high. And then out breath to thread your needle, dive your left arm underneath. And create that distance between your shoulders and your ears. Send your hips from left to right, searching for your sweet spot. And then decide if you want to reach your right hand forward, or perhaps you reach for your half bind, sending your right arm behind you. So you find your twist, deep breath into the back of your body for one cycle. Eventually, your right hand comes to frame your face. Press open to your twist once more. Left hand goes high as you inhale, and to your tabletop as you exhale. We have one final opening in our tabletop. We're going to keep our hips nice and high. Walk your hands forward for your puppy pose or anahatasana. And then dive your forehead or your chest down to the earth. So hips are high, heart is low, opening through your shoulders and your chest. Take a full cycle of breath. When you're ready, begin to push the earth away. Walk back through your tabletop. Step into your high plank just for your inhale. And then as you exhale, soften your knees and find downward facing dog. Big push away of the earth. Release and relax your head as you take a slow pedal through your feet. Sending one heel towards the earth and then the opposite. After a couple cycles of pedal, go ahead and take a walk to the top, finding your way into your forward fold. Offer some softness to your knees, relax your belly to your thighs. Really allow your head to hang heavy. You might take a ragdoll position, so maybe take your pinkies to opposite elbow creases and allow the weight of your arms to help release the length of your spine. In that ragdoll, maybe shifting a little bit forwards, backwards, and side to side. Eventually start to release the ragdoll from your arms and use an inhale to lengthen halfway. Press length into your spine from crown to tailbone. Then exhale, forward fold, let it go. Then inhale, we'll circle sweep all the way to standing Urdhva Hastasana, big breath. And as you breathe out, find your goddess arms, elbows go wide, lift your sternum forward and high. Pausing here, take an extra breath in. And as you exhale, I'm going to rotate to show you this. We're going to bring our hands wide like a capital T to start. You're going to flip your thumbs down so the backs of your hands are facing forward. Palms are facing behind you. Bend at your elbows and bring the backs of your hands to your low back. So, like this. Once you have that, you're going to bend at your wrists. First, start to pull your elbows back towards each other. Front ribs are drawing gently in. So as you bend at the wrists, elbows pull backwards first, collarbones getting nice and wide. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to move your elbows forward like you're trying to reach them together in front of your chest. Again, that wrist joint is just at your waistline. Elbows move forward in front of you for one more cycle of breath. Good. Then from here, start to release. Circle sweep your hands to the sky. Big breath in. As you exhale, soften your knees. Hinge forward to your forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you inhale, find extension. And as you exhale, high plank, plant your hands and step your feet back. In your plank pose, decide if you'd like to have your knees lifted for challenge, or if you'd like to lower your knees for some added support. As you inhale, find your slight shift forward, and in one solid line of energy, exhale all the way down to your belly. Elbows slide straight backwards. Maintain that space between your shoulders and your ears, and lower all the way to the earth. Untuck your toes, draw your legs towards the midline. And then as you inhale, find your low cobra, toenails anchored down. And your exhale, release back to the earth. Inhale to your low cobra, or maybe this time you find your high cobra, using a little assistance through your arms to find some more lift and length. Slight energy squeezing through your seat. With your breath out, bring yourself back down to your belly. Last opening here will be our gecko pose. Hands go nice and wide, so wider than your yoga mat. Tent your fingertips on the earth, elbows point out to the sky, and draw your shoulders away from your ears. With your inhale, push the earth away any amount to lift your heart up. As you exhale, dip your right shoulder towards the midline of your yoga mat. Look over to the left side of the room. As you inhale, lift and lengthen through your center. Then exhale, second side, left shoulder dips and look over to the right. Inhale back through center. As you exhale, lower slowly to the earth. Hands by your low ribs. Inhale to your upward facing dog, find length. Then exhale to your downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Big push away of the earth. From your down dog, inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and then step or hop to the top forward fold. We'll inhale to lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Then exhale to release. With your breath in, slowly circle sweep to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. On your breath out, find your goddess arms, open your elbows wide, use your shoulder blades to send your heart forward and through. Take your extra inhale. As you exhale, interlace your hands behind you. Right thumb's gonna go on top of your left. Like before, gently encourage your front ribs in. You can either bend your elbows and slide your elbows towards each other, or you can start to extend your arms. As your shoulder blades draw towards one another, collarbones open wide, maybe tuck your chin to your chest. Take a nice big breath in and out. You can keep your chin to your chest, or then inhale and maybe slowly tilt your chin towards the sky. As you exhale, soften your knees and forward fold. Option to keep that bind for a breath. Head is heavy, you're punching energy away through your knuckles as you take an inhale. And release your hands to the earth as you exhale. Big breath in, halfway lift. With your breath out, step back into your high plank. From your high plank, inhale shifts you forward. Exhale to your belly, knees up or down, lower all the way to the earth. When you arrive, untuck your toes. With your inhale, find your low or high cobra, what feels best in your body in this moment. And exhale to release. Moving to our Sphinx pose, walk one elbow at a time underneath your shoulder. Once you have your elbows stacked directly beneath your shoulders, forearms are two parallel lines. You're going to press through your palms, drive your elbows down into the earth to create upward lift through your heart and crown. Continue to push down to lift up, and then think about pulling your ribcage forward and away. Collarbones spread wide across your chest. Draw your navel to your spine. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, tuck your toes and find your forearm plank. Zip up through your midline. Now, option to stay here for another breath, or start to walk into your dolphin pose. So keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Walk your feet towards your elbows. You push your hips up and back. Really pressing your heart towards your upper thighs to open your shoulders. Through your forearms, you're pushing down and forward. And then relax your head as much as possible. Imagine you're squeezing a yoga block between your biceps so there's energy as you open. Take one more cycle of breath. Then as you breathe out, slowly walk it back through your forearm plank into your Sphinx pose. Untuck your toes, elbows go wide, belly down, Shavasana. Stack your hands underneath your forehead. So you rest your forehead to the backs of your hands. Take a big breath in. Now, as you exhale, you're going to keep your forehead and the backs of your hands connected. You'll lift that whole unit away from the earth. So long through the nape of your neck, pull your navel in. So you lift your chest, your head, and your elbows wide. Take 2 cycles of breath. Again, maintaining neutral through your neck, continuing to lift for one more full cycle of breath. And take an extra breath in, reach your hands out in front of you. On your exhale, goddess your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your hands by your low ribs, forehead to the ground. Press back to a child's pose. Send your hips to your heels. In your child's pose, bend at your elbows, prayer hands to the base of your skull. In your prayer hands, press your elbows down to the earth and isometrically drag your elbows towards your knees. From here, you'll start to release and then shift through into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back again. With an inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top, forward fold. We'll inhale to lift up halfway, find extension through your spine. And exhale, forward fold, release. Slowly inhale, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. On your exhale, goddess your arms, elbows open wide. Proud chest, elbows moving back, take a breath in. On your exhale, hands interlace behind you, left thumb goes on top. Again, elbows can be bent and drawing towards each other, or you can lengthen your arms. As you draw your collarbones wide, squeeze through the back of your heart, tuck through your chin for a breath. Stay with your chin tucked in, or inhale, chin towards the sky. As you exhale, soften your knees, hinge forward towards your forward fold. Create that distance between the heads of your shoulders and your ears as you take a breath. And as you breathe out, release your hands down. Half lift is your inhale. And high plank will be our exhale. From your high plank, breathe in, shift forward. Exhale one more time all the way to your belly. Again, knees can be up or down as you lower. When you arrive, untuck your toes. We're going to go into our wing stretch. So center your left arm either long in line with your left shoulder. That's option 1. Or you can find a goddess arm through your left arm. Either way, double check that your left elbow is in line with your shoulder. You want to keep your left elbow at the same height of your shoulder. Gecko your right arm like we did earlier. Right fingertips to the earth, right elbow high. Bend your right heel to your seat. And start to roll open, rolling your chest to the right side of the room. So twisting your heart to the right, hips to the right. Press down through your left arm. Untuck your chin, spread your collarbone super wide across your heart space. Right shoulder is sliding to the wall behind you. Take one more round of breath. And a little bit of core engagement will bring you back to center. Take your time. We'll go directly into second side. So again, right arm either goes in line with your right shoulder or goddess your right arm on the earth. Right elbow in line with your shoulder, right wrist creating that 90-degree bend. As you gecko your left arm, turn your gaze to the left, bend your left heel to your seat, and start to twist open towards the left side of the room. Root through your right arm, find that space between chin and chest, and actively spread your collarbones open. As you feel your left shoulder move towards the wall behind you. And one more cycle of breath. And take your time, slowly start to unwind. As you find center, hands come to your low ribs for upward facing dog or cobra. Use a big breath in to push the earth away. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips go up and back. And your down dog, take a nice full inhale. And then open mouth, exhale. Please inhale your right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. And your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. You might find a slow hip circle in each direction. It's feeling that movement moving from your right hip joint to travel your right knee in that circle. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, pull your thigh into your chest, push the earth away. And 3-legged dog, inhale, right leg reaches high again. As you exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Rising to your fingertips, or of course you can always use yoga blocks to bring the earth closer. Bend your left knee towards a hover cow lunge. So your left knee and your hips are going to sink towards the earth. Encourage your heart forward and through your biceps. Maybe squeeze your left glute to release your left hip even more. One more inhale. And exhale guides you into your hamstring stretch. Lengthen both of your legs any amount. Feel free to adjust the placement of your feet here. As you lengthen through your legs and your spine, take one cycle of breath. You'll bend into your right knee. Rotate your left heel down for warrior 2. And slowly press your feet to rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, in your warrior 2, use an inhale to reverse, reach your right hand up and over. Now, as you pause here with your exhale, bend at your right elbow, reach your right fingertips to that space between your shoulder blades. And then allow your chin to lift away from your chest. Think about moving your right elbow to the wall behind your heart. Front ribs gently knit in. If you want to, your left hand can reach for your right elbow. Again, think chin off chest. Elbows are moving back and then into that reverse action. Take one more breath in, shoulders slide away from your ears. As we exhale, we'll find side angle pose. So you can bring right elbow to the top of your right thigh or to the inside of your right thigh. As you sink through your hips, find your half bind here, either back of your left hand to your low back, like we did when we were standing, or start to reach your left fingertips towards your right hip crease. Re-engage through your strong core center, spread your collarbones open. As you turn your sternum to the sky, your left shoulder is moving towards the wall behind your heart. Take one more round of breath and be sinking your right hip a little bit lower to lengthen through your entire right side body. Now you might keep this half bind or you can release it. We're going to slowly reverse our triangle. Press extensions through your right leg, reach your right hand high. Turning to star pose, all 10 toes turn to the long edge of your yoga mat, reach both hands up. And then find your goddess squat, heels in, elbows wide. And take a moment here, letting your hips sink. Again, core center is strong. Big breath in. On exhale, eagle wrap your right arm underneath your left. Settle your shoulders away from your ears. Elbows lift up in line with your shoulders. And slide your hands forward a little bit away from your face. Lighting up your strong belly. Inhale, scoop your elbows slightly to the ceiling. Doesn't have to be much. Gentle cow spine. As you exhale, use your core to round into your cat spine, tucking in through your center. Aim your fingertips to the earth. Twice more, hips stay low. We inhale to scoop our elbows up. Exhale, round from the strength of your core. Tuck through your chin at the bottom. Last cycle, inhale up. Exhale, curl. This time as you bring your elbows up, find neutral through your spine. Unwind your arms to a capital T. If you want to stay in this space, you can keep your knees bent, or you can release the squat, legs go long. I'm going to take your right hand to your left trap or shoulder and just kind of anchor your left trap and shoulder down. From there, flip your left palm up to the sky. Your elbow is lifted about in line with your shoulder. Take a full inhale. As you exhale, you're going to curl your left fingertips in as you drop right ear towards right shoulder. An arm is lifting up, shoulder is being anchored down. Then bring your head back to neutral, send your fingertips long. Twice more. So again, you can still be in the squat if you want to. Right ear to right shoulder, start to curl your left fingertips in. Chin away from chest, shoulder down, elbow high. And inhale to neutral. Last time here, exhale, curl and tilt. And then back to neutral. Sitting both arms long. If your legs are not already long, lengthen, reach up through star pose. Wide-legged forward fold. Turn your toes forward, dive down. Take an inhale to lift up halfway. As you exhale, bend into your left knee, finding your side lunge, or maybe your skandasana. Nice full breath in. With exhale, rotate towards the back of your yoga mat to find your low lunge. We'll step into our chair pose, right foot steps to meet your left. Let your hips get low. Follow your inhalation to lift through heart and hands. And as you exhale, goddess your arms, option to come to your tippy toes, peeling your heels away from the earth. And slowly release back to your chair pose. Land your heels, lengthen your arms, breath in. We'll exhale to find airplane arms beside us. Shifting your strong energy into your left foot. Flamingo your right heel up and in. We'll follow an in-breath to rise tall with our right leg, your one-legged mountain. On exhale, bring hands to heart center to start. And we're gonna figure four, right ankle on left thigh. Bend into your left knee, send your hips back and down. So finding our hip opening here. You can keep your hands at heart center. If you'd like to add in your eagle arms here, your right arm's gonna sweep underneath your left again. And creating that distance between your hands and your face. Right. Maybe slide your elbows a little bit away from your sternum. Long through front and back of your neck for one more cycle of breath. You might keep your eagle arms if you have them, otherwise hands will stay at your heart as you slowly rise upward with your right knee. Take a big inhale. Exhale, airplane with eagle arms, or traditional airplane pose would be send your arms beside you. Find a full cycle of breath. With your out breath, we will release to our high crescent lunge, right toes find the earth. Unravel through your arms, big circle, sweep high as you inhale. And exhale your hands down to the ground. Okay, from here, right palm plants, twist your left hand to the sky. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, wide-legged forward fold, turning your toes to the right, dive through your center. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down again. And twice more like this. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, final round. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Okay, this time as you inhale through your halfway lift. Listen, we're going to turn to the back of our yoga mat again. Three-legged dog, reach your left leg high as you inhale. Bend your knee and open your hip with your exhale. Option to draw that one big circle in each direction with your left knee, moving from the strength and space of your left hip. We'll take another inhale, press your heart towards your right thigh. Exhale, knee to your nose, shift forward strong. We'll go three-legged dog, breathe your left leg up and back. And then place your left foot forward in between your hands. Fingertips are always the option for blocks. Cow lunge, right knee sinks low, hips sink low. And then draw your heart forward. Maybe add an extra squeeze to your right glute. And take a deeper breath in. When you're ready, exhale, find length through your legs, length through your spine. And hug an imaginary block between your inner thighs as you take one more cycle of breath. When you're ready to transition, bend into your front knee. Set your feet up for Warrior Two. Once your feet are rooted, slowly root to rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, settling into the space of your hips. Adjust as much as you need to. And then follow your inhale to reverse your warrior. Left hand goes up high. And with your exhale, left fingertips might stretch that space between your shoulder blades. And then think chin off chest, spread your collarbones open. Reach your left elbow towards the wall behind you. Option for your right hand to come to your left elbow. And again, you're drawing your elbows back to open your chest and into the reverse action. Shoulders out of ears. Proud through your chin, take another inhale. And then as you're ready, exhale towards side angle. And you can choose your spice here, elbow to thigh for a little extra support, or arm on the inside of your leg for less support and more challenge. Let your left hip get earthy. And an option for that half bind, maybe the back of your right hand comes to low back, or you sweep your right fingertips to your left hip crease. As you draw your navel in and knit your front ribs together, spread your collarbones open. Find that spiral action of sternum to the sky. Right shoulder, right elbow reaching to the wall behind your heart. Again, finding depth through your hips for one more cycle of breath. Keep or release the half bind, reverse your triangle as you're ready. Trikonasana, reverse Trikonasana. From here, start to unravel into your star pose. Then we'll find our way back into goddess squat. Heels come in, elbows go wide. Yeah, your inner thigh strength and outer glute strength are drawing your knees open. Your core is supporting your low back. We'll take an inhale. You might send your arms out wide first, and then exhale, eagle wrap left arm underneath right. Shoulders settle, elbows slide up and forward, hands away from face. Take an inhale to find your cow spine that's gentle, elbows lift tall. Exhale, round, tucking through your tailbone. Use your core to curl, tuck your chin, hands away from face. Twice more, we inhale up. Exhale from your core, curl and round. Shoulders out of ears, chin to chest. Last cycle, inhale, elbows up. Exhale, curl. And we'll return to neutral spine, send your arms out wide. Again, if you want extra spice, feel free to keep your knees bent, otherwise lengthen through your legs. Your left hand is gonna come to your right chap and shoulder and anchor your chap and shoulder down into your torso. Flip your right palm up, keep your elbow in line with your shoulder. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna curl your right fingertips in and tilt left ear to left shoulder, bending through your wrist. Inhale back to neutral, release. Make sure your collarbones are still open. Exhale, curl and tilt, left ear towards the left shoulder, and trying to keep length through the arm, just bending at your right wrist. Last time, inhale, release. Exhale, curl and tilt. Good. As we release to neutral, okay, we'll all lengthen up, and then exhale, wide-legged forward fold, toes turn forward, dive down. Bend into your right knee for your side lunge, or perhaps your skandasana. Okay, right knee is opening up. Have our last little bit of effort before we start to shift. Turn to the top of your yoga mat to find your way into your low lunge. You'll step left foot to meet right, chair pose, Utkatasana. As you inhale, sink your seat, reach to your fingertips. Exhale, goddess arms, keeping your hips low, maybe lift your tippy toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, elbows nice and high. And inhale back to chair pose, land your heels, lengthen your arms. Exhale to find your airplane arms. And get strong through your right leg as you flamingo, left heel up and in. Follow your in-breath to rise up with your left leg. Exhale will arrive hands to heart center. Nice full breath in to your figure four as you're ready. Left ankle on your right thigh. Send your hips back and down. And maybe you just focus here on the standing balance, the hip stretch. If you'd like to incorporate your eagle arms once again, left arm is going to go underneath your right. And you're focusing on the shoulder stretch. So maybe you slide your hands away from your face, so your elbows slightly forward. Finding those little adjustments to give you that opening through your shoulders. Big push through your right foot. Re-engage your core. Use an inhale to slowly rise up with your left leg. Maybe keeping your eagle arms if you have them, maybe not. Exhale through airplane legs. Option for this to be your eagle armed airplane pose. Whatever airplane you're in, take one cycle of breath. We'll slowly step into our high crescent lunge. Left toes land light. Unravel your arms. Big inhale, reach it high. Exhale your hands down to the earth. Plant through your left palm. Twist your right hand to the ceiling. Try to lengthen from your crown to your tailbone here. Let your outer hips hug in. One breath in. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Toes to the long edge, dive down. Adding in a twist this time, you have a couple options. You can bring your right hand to the earth beneath your face or your right fingertips. Two more options are to bring your right hand to the outside of your left ankle or your right forearm to the earth. Excuse me. So any of those are good. Strong through your legs, begin to twist your heart to the left and reach your left hand high. Finding ease through your neck, your head, take a breath in. And then exhale, release through center. We'll switch it out. So again, any of those arm options, left palm, fingertips, or forearm to the earth, or left hand can catch your right ankle. Light up your legs, use an inhale to twist, turning your heart towards the ceiling as you reach your right hand high. Trying to find length and ease through your neck. One more breath in, and exhale, let it go. We'll rotate to the right to the top of our yoga mats. And then step forward into your forward fold. Halfway lift with your in-breath. Then bend your knees and have a seat on your out-breath. Okay, we'll take one seated stretch before we lay down, finding our butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Your hands can grab your ankles, your feet, your shin bones, whatever is available. As you tilt the front of your pelvis as far forward as you can, get proud through your chest, spread your collarbones open. You might stay here, just lifting heart and crown to the sky as you inhale. Or if you'd like to, exhale to go forward any amount. So maybe you pull your heart forward and down first. An option for your hands to reach out in front of you. Finding your depth in your butterfly for 3 deep breaths. Feel free to take some extra time here. Otherwise, as you're ready, start to rise up. Draw your knees to center. Okay, and then maybe heel anchors to descend. So you might flex your heels down into the ground, reaching high with your breath in. Use your strong core to lower you with control to the earth, maybe keeping your heels grounded as you descend. Whenever you reach your yoga mat, take a big full body stretch with your inhale. And then draw your knees to your chest as you exhale. Arriving in any variation of happy baby, your hands might stay at your knees and move wide and forward, or you can reach up to your ankles or to your feet. So your shoulders draw down away from your ears. And take another breath here. And you'll keep your knees bent and place your feet down to the earth as if you were going to a bridge pose. Hips stay grounded. Eagle stack your right thigh on top of your left. You don't need to cross at your ankles. Use your left foot on the earth to scoot your hips to the right, like 2 inches or so. And then drop your knees over to the left. Eagle leg twist. Collarbones spread wide across your heart. Find 2 rounds of breath. For your third breath, maybe take an inhale through your nose. Then open mouth, exhale, let that breath go. And now you're going to keep your left leg where it's at. You're going to unwind your legs so they're stacking. And roll to your left side into your fetal pose. So you rest ear into bicep. Your right hand can reach down for your right foot. Find a quad stretch. This is also going to help open through your right side of your neck, across your right chest. Pull your heel towards your seat. Find some energy through your right glute and length of your tailbone forward to the front of your yoga mat. And take one more cycle of breath, sliding your right thigh bone back to the wall behind your heart. And take your time to release, rolling to your back body. Knees will stay bent. Place your feet to the earth to set up for a second side. Left thigh stacks on top of your right, eagle legs. Scoot your hips to the left a little bit, and then drop your hips to the right. As you settle into your eagle leg twist, start with 2 mindful breaths. For your third cycle, maybe it's a deep, generous breath in through your nose. An option for an open mouth exhale to let go. Legs will stay to the right side of the mat. Unwind your legs to stack fetal pose. Roll to your right side body. Right ear will rest into right bicep, and then reach your left hand down to catch your left foot. You spread your collarbones open, let your left shoulder pull away from your left ear. Maintain that heaviness through your right ear. Start to light up your left glute. A little bit of core energy as you send your tailbone to the front of your yoga mat. And slide your left thigh bone back in space. As you connect to your quad stretch, take 2 mindful breaths. When you're ready to release, let your left foot go. Slowly roll to your back one more time. Pull your knees to your heart space. Option to curl your nose up to your knees. Taking a deep inhale in. Then when you're ready with your exhale, start to find your way into Shavasana. Unless there's some final shape or movement you'd like to add in first, take a couple of rounds of breath to transition. So you can either go to Shavasana and release your arms and legs long right away. There's a final shape or movement like your butterfly or your plow pose and shoulder stand. It's really calling to you today. Take your time to go there first. As you start to find your way into stillness, allowing your eyes to fall shut and your breath to return to its natural organic rhythm. Feel a sense of release wash over your body as you trust the earth to support you. Maybe call to mind, call back to heart the intention that you set at the very beginning of your practice. As you bring that intention forward again, allow any clutter that has started to creep in to clear from your mind once again. Clearing away the clutter to make space for this present moment, the energetic intention of your practice. So you give yourself a few minutes just to rest and receive. If your mind has started to drift, really gently start to bring some energy and focus back into your breath. Just concentrating your awareness on the expansion of each inhale and the lengthening of each exhale. As you begin to expand your breath more and more with each cycle, you can either stay exactly as you are. You can bring one or both of your hands to your heart as we close our practice with a moment of gratitude for the practice itself, a moment of appreciation for our bodies and our breath, and of course acknowledging this time that we got to spend moving and breathing together, connecting to our physical vessels and our life force energy. We'll seal our practice in with one more deep breath through the nose. One more open mouth exhale, let it go. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. May our practices serve as our teachers, leading us to live with authenticity and to love deeply each and every day. Okay, thank you so much for being here and taking this time. Namaste.